Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. Hello, I'm Lars, your usual host. I'm currently sorting my airbrush out at the moment, if you're wondering why I'm a bit weird and later than usual. I think I've clocked on at the right time, at past. Is it? Yes, it is past, so I have managed to meet you all at the correct time. I just haven't sorted myself out properly yet. It's in the slight process of, as I said, changing one or two bits round, and I've got a feeling I've missed a bit, which is that bit there. There we go. Tip on. I've just got to hope that I've put the right tips on and not just completely messed this up. But good evening, everybody. Thank you all for coming. Joe, good to see you, man. Good to see you. I've checked out the first two videos of that game. It does look quite interesting. You can see that you're still trying to work through some of the, the more technical sides and work out some of the bugs and that doesn't quite work with that mechanic and that. You still, but it's looking, or at least it's sounding like it's going to be a good game, to be quite honest. If anyone's wondering what on earth I'm on about, I believe if Joe's not popped it already into the other people's stuff and interesting section of my channel, go ahead, Joe, please do. Then everyone can start seeing what you're working on. Good evening to Twisted and Ali as well. Also, both of you, thank you for coming up. I know there is a third video now. I will be watching that after the stream. So that's my plan when I finish this, is to go back and watch your third video. Well, no, I'm going to rewatch the second video because I know there's been changes from the first video and in the mechanics. And then once I've rewatched the second video, so I'm back up to scratch again because my memory is like a colander, I'll watch the third video again. Sparkles has just been the wonderful person that she is and bringing me a cup of tea, which I've got to put on that table over there because I am using spray paints. Well, not spray paints, but I'm using an airbrush, so I don't want red paint all in my cup of tea. I'm not doing all right, Ali. I am doing all right, Ali. I'm not bad, is what I was meant to say. I managed to get I'm not bad and I'm doing all right mixed up to I'm doing bad. So that's not good, is it? So we'll try not to do that one. I had a hectic weekend. Is probably the best way I can put it. Very hectic weekend. I had my friend's wedding that I was originally invited to the evening do for me, Sparkles, and the kids. It's difficult keeping kids there all day. But I got a call, I got a message that morning asking if I would be at least willing to go to the actual ceremony. So I said yes, ran out, got a suit, got everything I needed, got ready and got there. And that was me for the day then. All day. I was there from about 11:45 till about 11:45. Now this isn't the best mask in the world, but it's better than Jack Diddley's shit. So we'll work with it. And I have already pre-mixed up some watered down corn red. Is it corn red? Yeah, it is corn red. Now, before I actually get started with that, something else happened on Saturday. Good evening, Mick. Good evening, Buzzard. How's you both doing? Thank you for both coming in. Yeah, as I was saying, something else happened on Saturday. While I was out, my order from Roast and Hobbies turned up. So I do have more stuff from Roast and Hobbies, which are these half werebeary type people that I'm going to use as the 8-bound for my corn army. So I've had to change the shield slightly because they do have the werebear shields. So I've put some chaos icons over the shields, and the leader of the unit has two just big claws anyway, so he's not too bad. Yeah, I will take that, Mick. I will take that. Thank you very much. So I do have those three, which I'm not going to work on tonight because I only got them on Saturday. I'm not 100% sure on colour scheming. and that will mostly come once I've finished. Angry Ron. Yes, Ali, I got more. I needed that one unit to finish off the 2,000 point army. That's the 2,000 point army finished off now for World Eaters, so I don't actually have to buy any more for them now, which is good. Doesn't mean I won't, it just means I don't have to make up an army. So let's get started with the spraying, shall we? Actually, no, let's get some liquids inside me first, so I'm not dehydrating and horrible things like that. And let's move the cup closer so it's actually easier for me to get hold of. Now, it would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Oh, that's a hot brew. That's a good thing, but it's still a hot brew. Right. So, machine is switched on. It is spraying, as you can see there. Nice and powerfully into my hand. You can see it making the dent. Hydrate then spray paint. That is correct. Twisted. Yeah, I'm kind of sorted for one of my armies are slowly getting done up. So World Eaters I don't need more for. I can run an army. Orcs I don't need more for. I can run an army, even though I'm going to be getting some. Well, I do need more for the World Eaters. It's just that I will get them eventually through the Combat Patrol magazine. Eldar I don't need any more for. Tyranids I don't need any more for. Imperial Guard I don't really need any more for. So it's just going to end up being Gene Stealer, Cults and Votan that I'll need models for to get up to a 2,000 point army, and I'm not overly concerned about those. Well, it is, yeah, it is a big, it's equivalent of about 2 big mugs or 4 standard cups of tea. If you want a rough idea how big my cup is. If you've got a standard teacup, it can take at least 4 of those. And if you have mugs, it's going to take 2, maybe 3 of those. It is a big boy. But I bought it because it is a big boy and that's what I needed. And it sometimes a cup of tea just isn't big enough and you end up drinking it too quick. Right. So we don't end up with the issue that I had with the Von Ryan's Leapers and the Wing Primes, where I've sprayed them red because I didn't put anything in the back. I've got a box this time. Yeah, you've got to have a tea in a bucket full. Oh, we're going to get beat by you, aren't we, Mick? So just spray that, that's working. Now, I may have got this a little too wet. It could be worse, it's not the end of the world. As long as I can get the main colour on, I should be alright, and I can brush it all off with bugs in there. I just need to get that big bulk of colour done. You should probably wear gloves with this, otherwise you end up painting your fingers like that. But yeah, tea's got to be done in buckets. As twisted as quite put in there. Tea must be done in buckets. That way you don't have to refill your cup every 5 minutes. I mean, Mick saw me drink tea, everyone else was drinking beer and I was drinking tea. So, Mick's quite aware that I will drink tea. Well, it's not desirable, but it's the only one I've got, Joe, so I'm making do with what I've got. I can't do much else. I just realised that I have made this paint maybe a little bit too thin. So it is kind of running off the higher edges, which isn't good. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to glove my hand, Ali, but I don't actually have any gloves left at the moment, which is not good. I ripped my garden gloves, so they're not working. And this is only a rough base layer anyway. Just to get the... I'm not very good with an airbrush, as you can probably see. Oh shit, no thank you, Alec. I have now. I've opened the window. So let's have a look now at this chappy and see where I need to blast away with the airbrush again. So I could do with in that, and in that, and in that, and in there. So I'd like some of it to dry before it, some of the water to disappear before it actually gets to him, that way it won't run as much. Well, it's certainly looking angry and red now. And he's not painting it anymore at the minute. I need it. I'm putting it like that so it catches all the excess that comes off around him. If I put him on the box, all the red paint goes all over my desk. I mean, practically does anyway, but if I don't do it enough, then no, it won't work. I'm just having to use a lot more paint than I wanted to because I've thinned it out too much. And now I've got to move him around and hopefully he'll be alright once I've... That's a lot of paint there, right, okay. So now we get the paint holdery thingy, cleanery thing. I mean, the box, it is all just one big box, so I can't separate lids or anything. So I'll just leave it open as it is. I'm going to have to do a lot of work on his wings, I've already found that out. And now we've just got to wait until we can clear the brush through. Taking a lot bloody longer than it should. I mean, it emptied this cup really quickly when I was trying to do it, when I was painting it. Now I actually want it to empty somewhat quickly. It's just taking forever. There we go, it's filtering down now, it's filtering down. Ah, right, no, it's not separated, I'm afraid. I'm sorry about the sound of my airbrush at the moment, but I do need to clear it out. I definitely need to make sure it's cleared out. I mean, I can just cheat and dip it in there, I suppose. Do a bit of that. No worries, Joe. You go get hydrated, mate. Hydration is good. Right. Now we have to wait for this little man to dry. I say little man, he's freaking huge, isn't he? He is absolutely massive. So we'll wait for the big boy to dry, And while we wait for him, I'll do a little bit of dry brushing on the other models, which I showed a minute ago. And that's why I showed them a minute ago, because so while I'm waiting for Angry Ron to dry off, I can come and dry brush these things. So I don't so much need my mask anymore. Most of that's done. But, Kitten, are you cooking? Yeah. Okay. I just wondered what all that noise was. You're cooking, right. Okay, Sparkles is cooking. So we're alright there. No, the strange sounds and noise. The fumes will be okay now. The window is literally just there next to me, and it's not too bad. That's why I used the box. It contains a lot of it. So first things first, we need paint, and we need a brush, and then we need to scrub all over these to get the detail out. Don't ask why I was doing it into some kind of tune. I don't know either. But I did. So how is everybody tonight? I hope everyone's having a nice Monday at least and had a nice weekend. I drank alcohol. I know. Naughty me. Bad me. But I did. I drank alcohol. Not a lot. But enough to make me feel bad yesterday morning. But by yesterday afternoon I was okay. I think. I say I was okay. I was able to move and I was able to walk around. Now then, Nicky. Oh, Nicholas. I hope you're doing well, Chief. I hope you had a chance to work through a few things, get the answers you want, tell them to go fuck off if they didn't. Oh, that's going to come out chalky. That's going to come out chalky. My brush is too wet. That's not good. So the positive mental attitude himself. Our friend from near the Whittle. Or closer to the Whittle than I am, shall I say. Well, while he dries, we're just going to dry brush these ones, just to get them up to the base standard, ready for when I do decide to paint them. Because we all know what my standard is: paint it black, dry brush it with ivory, bring out the detail and go from there. That is my standard setup. Well, if you have Aldi, I know they sell Dr. Peppy. Oh, sorry, Professor Peppy, which is their own brand. It's not bad, actually, as far as own brands go compared to the real ones. Or the originals. Professor Peppy's alright. We had some not long ago. Mini Laz bloody loved it. But he's only just started liking fizzy drinks. Much to my displeasure on Saturday, because he managed to go through 3 whole cans of Coca-Cola, which is sugar and caffeine, which he's not used to. And he was running around for the full 5 hours he was there. Well, there is a possibility we may get some new people tonight, Ali. You are correct in that assumption. Anyone is new, if you want to hit that like, the subscribe, we have a Discord, you can come and chat to us. Well, it's just normal Coca-Cola, but for a youngster who's never had Coca-Cola before, yeah, it's an energy drink. So yeah, he was sugared up, caffeined up, and just off. He fell over, came coming in. I've hurt my elbow, I've hurt my knee. Crying. I give him a wipe over within 5 minutes. Can I go back out and play? Yep, off you go. Just be careful. So there we are. That's the, as I said, I had to make a modification on the shields. So that's the modification that I've had to make on both shields. Luckily, I had two of the same pieces from the Chaos sets. So that's not too bad. The Chaos set helped me. Well, we try and keep him on water, so he's used to dealing with the energy of water. So when you give him that extra bit of a sugar caffeine push, it's like, right, okay. It's like giving an adult an energy drink. Right, Mr. Angry, how are you doing for drying? You're not doing too great, are you? He is not doing too well for drying, is Mr. Angry. So let's get rid of water out of this first, so it's just air coming out. And let's try giving it the dry faster treatment. Which is why we'll put it on there. In fairness, Twisted, you are trying to do like, you know, a 2,000 point army of just big suits. You're gonna need room. So as this again is another mini Tav model, I have asked Tia if she wished to come up. Again, because of where she lives, she does have a lot of issues regarding connections and weather, as do a lot of people in America. I'm not saying it's just something for the mini Tav to contend with, but oh, so you're going full, taking references from some quite obscure places then for your ships. I mean, a centipede from the Carboniferous period. Yeah, that just sounds like he's going to eat things that he shouldn't. So the dry faster you bastard machine is working. I don't have to steal Sparkle's hairdryer, much to her delight. My general airbrush works as a dry faster you bastard machine. I just feel like I've got a lot of overspray that I've got to clean up. You can't get too specific. I know rough. I've got some ideas, but don't get specifics. I'm not that good. I am no paleontologist. And this is why we don't want to be blowing this towards models. As you can see, the excess that's getting blown off there as it's moving it and drying it. I'm just blowing it off the end of the spikes there. You can just see it flying off. As I said, I got it too thin and got it too runny, but I've got enough for coverage. I do have to come back and do a few little bits. Most of it after this though is going to be brush work, so we'll be alright. We just need to make sure we get him started and started well. Hey up, Graham! Yep, I think we're in trouble off Ali because I've got those three. We're not in trouble off Sparkles because Sparkles understands where it's come from and why it's happened, but we may be in trouble for Ali because I've bought more stuff. Still not dry yet. Just going through and finding all it, so I've got to come right back into the back of him here now. So the people who can use airbrushes that are probably having kittens and palpitations about me using it this way at the moment. Sorry. But, yeah, this is me. I don't do things. They say do it one way and I go no. And then I realise why they say you should do it that way. And then still go no. I'm just a stubborn git, really. Not a problem. Not a problem. We shall have a look at that in a moment. I mean, I can nip through Discord halfway through streams. Obviously, if people are watching me on YouTube, they don't want to watch me watch a YouTube video, do they? So, not unless we're watching it together. If we're watching it together, that's different. But if we're not, then obviously I have to bear in mind that people are here with me. So I'll try and be as quiet as I can with this, but there's not much I can do about the air pressure. Just need to make sure it's dry in it. This garnish is doing alright at the moment. And I can always come back through with some raw paint afterwards and clean up. Let's pop that off now. And decompress. You posted these? That's what you did. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. Customer bought something, you posted it. It was just through the general collaboration between us. And the fact that we did it away from people so people couldn't see. Well, they could have come in and joined us, but there was only me, you, Joe, and Twisted that took part our way into that, so only those 4 people could know about it. I'm getting looks now. I'm going to shut up. It's not good. They're not good looks. I mean, she looks absolutely stunning, but she's not looking at me in the friendly manner that says I'm going to make you a cup of tea. It's more of a I'm going to throw you a cup of tea. Let's move a couple of things around now. If we've done one thing, we can move on to the other thing, and we can move things around. Haha. Sparkles is accepting of it. We'll put it that way rather than okay or not okay. Sparkles is accepting of it. Well, she was the one here when it arrived, so. If there was any issues, then yeah, she would have said something. Although, there's something I did get. So let's go straight into my wallet, actually. If you order from Rogue's Den Hobbies, and I'm guessing you'll get a different colour depending on the amount that you'll buy, but you'll get one of these. Now it is an NFC thing, and he's got Rogue's Den Hobbies logo as a nice little coin. But if you've got that thing turned on in your phone, where you can pay and do things, if you scan this chip, it just takes you straight to the site. It is awesome. I also have a sticker. I put the sticker somewhere safe and I can't remember where I put it safe now. Talk about covering your own ass, Graham. Are you actually reading these? Yeah. Right, yeah. Yeah, she spotted that. Talk about covering your own ass on that one, eh? Cheers, mate. I know where to rely on when I want cover from her. Can I? All right, you've lost me for a second here. Like, can I use what for a trolley when I go? No, it's too big. It's too. It's not. It's not a pound coin size. It was compare it to a pound coin, so that's the coin that you would usually go shopping with. We've got a pound coin there, and Graham's old schooly wax coiny there. So no, it's considerably bigger. It's more in comparison to like my red gobbo coin and my St. Christopher. But it's even bigger than my St. Christopher as well. But standard pound coin, it dwarfs. I know, you would think I'd have like real money in my wallet. Most of my coins you cannot spend. Not quite sure how that's managed to happen, but it has. So where do I need to tidy up now with the brush? I know there's going to be a few areas, like down this tip of the wing here, I'm going to need to tidy up with a brush. So let's get some paint out and let's get cracking with that. Yeah, so it's similar to a €2. Not too far off that. Or yeah, a €2 or a £2 or about that size-ish. Give or take a little bit. €2 is about the same size as the gobbo coin as well, so, and that was a little bit bigger, but it is more in style of a rustic coin rather than a minted coin. So back in the old days when they did have wobbly edges and weren't exact, it's got more of that feel to it. Now, I'm not using the best brush in the world for this because it is more of a base coating. I'm just catching up on that. Next time I'm going to have to do a little bit more testing on my red when I water it down. I couldn't find my paint thinner though, which probably would have helped. They've actually found the thinner itself. That probably would have been better. But as I couldn't find it, I had to do with the next best thing, which is water. Pictures are up. That'll be why my phone's just gone ding after me. Sorry, I just got a bit old. Ade Edmonds all there. Sorry about that. Work in progress. So. Oh, that's a very nice design. Let's bring that up, shall we? There we go. So that's the design that Joe's talking about for his ships. I'm going to go back now, and that's the actual creature that he's took the inspiration from. And there's his base schematic for it. That's lots of forward-facing and rear-facing guns. Very nice. But that's... I can see where you... Yeah. I'm getting big Lex vibes. Big Lex vibes. Which is not a bad thing. Lex was brilliant. And obviously if that's just one faction, then you could go with mostly insectoid for the rest of them as well, I'm assuming. So a lot of the actual ships will probably be insectoid, I'm guessing, for that faction. So it's the Oberon class for the Acheron Imperial Navy. I'm not sure if I'm butchering the pronunciation of that. Correct me if I do, because obviously it is yours. You will know how the names are supposed to be pronounced. It's It's like when Lee calls me Laze instead of Laz for the abbreviation of lazy, not realising that it comes from Lazarus. Oh, he's got to correct him. So it's an insectoid race. And we said insectoid, not xenomorph or anything like that. No, insectoid. You can all bugger off if you think you've got a copyright claim on that one. Go suck a donkey. Trying to make sure we do get all the raised areas that we will need to be that red. It's a very detailed model, this. I've got to say, I've been very lucky when I've managed to choose my third-party retailers and my 3D printing proxy selection. Rogues Den has pushed my infantry beyond what it was, and with the mini tab I've had a nice couple of monsters, a nice monster to add as well. This is getting good. As I said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The other one that I ordered from, technically the first, if we are going to be technical about it, it was the first place I ordered from, and I that was a mistake. I'm still going to go ahead with doing the Magical World of Sparkles or not, because I do like the models. It's just, I believe if somebody else would have done them for me, I would have got them at a slightly higher quality. I would have got the bases at a much higher quality, and bases were shit. Oh no, we're down to single name conversations now. That's bad. That's bad. Take it outside, you two, if you're gonna start. All right, no, it is Ali asking very relevant questions to Graham. That's fine. I don't have to get scared anymore. I do get worried when one of my head mods starts talking to people just their name first. So, oh dear, what have they done? Some of your bases for printing would be an awesome idea, Twisted. If you do, can I have the STL files? Send them to Al Graham. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping, because just because of sheer numbers at the moment, and I'm not sure when it ends. There is a Rogues Den Hobbies fun painting competition for summer, and I believe at the moment I'm the only person with an entry, which kind of puts me down as default winner at the minute. So that'll be awesome. That'll mean I can get more stuff from Graham. Ookadiddles, right. So now we've got all the nice red bits done. So we can tell he's going to be a big angry red man. Well, angry red demon prince. Yeah. So now let's brighten up his tusks and all the things that I'm going to want to be ivory and lighter. So that'll be the wingtips, all the spikes and the nails, the big tusk coming out of his face. Get that video out. Get that video out. I mean, if you want me to go back and hashtag my Space Bear videos with Space Bears and stuff, just let me know. And then, obviously, my link goes straight to you from there, doesn't it? So. No problem, Joe. And thank you for letting us know that you're gonna be right back and when you're nipping off, but you're fine, man. If you need to take a call, you need to take a call. And of course, if you was up here with me, that'll be a different matter. Then it's like, yeah, just give me a minute. I need to take this. So, alright, okay. But if you're in chat, yeah, you're okay. Just take your call, man. You're all right. We will not hold it against you. Could be an important call. In that case, you definitely need to take it. Yeah, that is a good. I'm happy for you on that one as well. Because you could ship initially when I first started buying from you, I believe, to the EU, and then they started looking about with other shit, and then you couldn't because of rules and regulations. And now that you've got it all sorted again, excellent. Okay, so that's that bit done. I've got a lot of skulls down here to go through. So methinks we should use a bigger brush for them. Methinks a bigger brush is needed. Hopefully this one will be okay. I need to get all the skulls at the base. I'm doing it more of a stipply jabby effect because I need to get right in the crevices, right in those cracks, and you know, basically the bits that you're not supposed to get into. I need to get in there. So we'll work that through and we'll hopefully get it all nice and neat around that bit. At the same time, trying not to get any on the axe. The axe isn't too bad. The axe is in a reasonable condition at the moment for me to be painting up from. But if I go slap a big chunk of ivory on it, then that's going to be difficult for me to sort out. Now, was that another beep from Discord? Or was that a beep for something else? All the ones underneath and all the ones around the back. Because I'm using this is why I'm using one of my old rubbish brushes, so I can do the dab 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 without having to worry about damaging my brush, because it's already damaged. It is beyond repair. It is essentially a dry brush in all but name. Okay, something's going beep on my phone, so somebody wants me. But if they know me, they should know that I won't really be able to get to the phone right now. This just goes to show how many people actually pay attention to what I do in my life. Obviously Sparkles knows what I'm doing, but Sparkles wouldn't message me from 3 foot away. And if she did, I'd turn around and call her lazy, because if I'm 3 foot away, I can just turn around and talk to her. Not one of them moments. But you know, other people, as I said, I've been doing this for 3 years now. It's not like it's a first time deal. So I think they should realise by now that I'm a bit busy. Weirdest phone call ever? Care to elaborate a little bit, Joe? What made it quite so weird? Was it the person you were speaking to? Was it the nature of the conversation? Because there's a few things that could constitute a weird phone call. A wrong number that turns into a conversation would be a weird phone call. Can't believe I'm painting these nails. Well, I can, but still. It's not the first thing I thought I'd be doing. Oh, you're estranged, okay. Well, the estranged bit means that you don't talk often. So that's already made that a little bit odd. So she's called you, and obviously you're not expecting it because you don't usually talk to estranged family members. That's why they're estranged. So yeah, that would just throw you off first of all. Just hello. Yeah, I recognise you. How you doing? Okay. And then see where the conversation goes from there. Family members could phone for various reasons, good or bad. I'm hoping it's a good one, or at least an inconsequential one. Because let's face it, the majority of the reasons family can call are bad. Whether it be something's happened or they want something. Or that might just be my family. Because I have noticed it doesn't seem to happen as much with Sparkles' his family. Oh, now we're blocking in. Joe, with the size of my family, it's quite possible I already am. My family's scattered up and down the country, all over the bloody place. You get hundreds of us, if not thousands at this point. Obviously, each one of us has multiplied. I have children, my cousins have children, and there was enough of us to start with. Good evening, Kirsty. I hope you're well today. We don't speak as much as we used to, which is a sad thing. It's mostly my fault, don't worry, I'm not blaming you. I've kind of become a bit... Yeah, I've took a bit of a step back recently from a lot of communication and activity. Those of you who share a couple of other Discord servers with me may have noticed one thing that I've done that I don't usually do, and I don't intend to be bringing it up on here either. So if you did notice it, then thank you. If you didn't, then don't worry about it. It was a one-time thing that I will not be repeating, and it's no need for concern. Yeah, not quite the family I think he meant, though. See, we're a family that's distant enough that he can switch off. Some family members, no, you just can't do that with. No matter how much you want to. And we don't come into that section. He can turn us off whenever he wants and come back whenever he wants. We'll still be here chatting the same old bollocks. Trying to get better at painting each and every week. I'm picking up the brush and just doing it. And he's got a lot of stone and a lot of fur on him. Which is, it's okay. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with the stone. Now the stone, I am tempted to do it as black stone. But with the amount of red I've just oversprayed on it, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to now. I mean, I might be able to. Let's go find a green. Green wash. Let's give it a go over the axe. Find out how it works. Now, did I move all of my... I didn't move some of them, but not all of them. Well, no. I don't think Coelia Green Shades, or Coelia God Shade as I've now referred to it, is going to be the right shade for this. Nor do I think Gnome Oil. No Dragon of Nightshade. I want a black. I know it's called Blackstone, but it does have a green hue to it. So I'm going to need a green wash. Problem is, I can't remember where I've put it. I know I dug them out the other day. A few of them dug out the other day. Don't want Warboss green. And maybe if I tried something like Warpstone Glow with a layer as a layer brush, and then possibly dry it on there. Yeah, I think we should try that. I think we'll go down that route. A tiny bit of Warpstone. Then we want a really light dry brush. A ridiculously light dry brush. So we get the smaller of the lot, first of all. And then we wet it slightly. Get rid of most of that moisture already. And dab it on and there we go. Hopefully this is going to work. That's not too bad actually. It's going to need a null nail wash just to darken down that blade again. But that worked quite well. That's going to work alright, that. Oh, he's alright. I'm happy with that. Don't ask me where that accent came from. I'm not sure myself. It might have been West Country. I'm not sure. It's just not my natural one. I know that much. What else needs a name in Sparkles? Oh. Who's been named so far? And who needs names? Sparkles Oak Grace. Sid. Sid's one of the sharks, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did we not get a name for the other shark?
I think we did. I can't remember what it was now.
Sid and Shadow. I think. Sid and Shadow were the two Sharks. I don't think we finalised the Goat Paladin. And who did I finish last week? I can't even remember who I finished. They're not all named. No, they are not all named. And the Monk Panda. The Monk Salesman Panda needs a name as well. So it's the Paladin, the Goat Paladin, and the Panda that need naming still. Those are the only two, I think, at the minute. What's the Cthulhu Bar guy called? Which I've not finished him yet. He's still a work in progress. But the bartender, I don't think he's been named yet either. So it's still a good 2 or 3 characters that haven't been done yet. Regarding names, I think I've not done the monk's stats yet, but I've done pretty much everything else that he'll need. I don't know whether to do as a dex or a strength based monk. No, I'm definitely got to come back in and redo some of this sword, I think. That side's not looking too bad, and the axe down at the front's not looking too bad either. It is looking very Christmassy at the moment because it's only red and green. I know, I understand. That bit's not been lost on me. It does look very, very, very Christmassy at the moment. Good evening, Lee. How you doing, man? Come on, clean this brush. Clean this brush. There's a lot of red in there already, but clean that. Right. Wipe it off. Hopefully that means there's no more green coming off it. Nope, it's just been slightly stained, which is fine. I can deal with slightly stained. I've just got to remember the draft's coming from the window, not the door. That is true, Ali. Thank you very much for putting in there. Yeah, Sparkles on Oak, which Magical World takes place on a Thursday. I do let you all try and help me because I need it. In more ways than one do I need help. But the help you can help me with is the naming of some of the characters, which is exactly what Ali's talking about there. It's no worries, Joe. You go, deep breath, center yourself, get yourself back in that headspace where you need to be. You have a good time, mate. It is cups of tea time. Thank you very much for the reminder, Buzzard. Cups of tea. Can I beat a cup of tea? I mean, you can if you've got the right kind of bat, but if you do, you're just a fucking arsehole. You don't beat cups of tea, you drink them because they're lovely. And then you give the end of all these things about 4 coats of ivory, because that's what it's going to end up taking. It might not have took quite as much had I not got a bit trigger happy with the airbrush. Trigger happy. That was a very, very poor joke. And I laughed at it. That's not a good thing really, is it? 3 names: gibberish, gobbledygook, and gobshite. I don't think Sparkles is gonna like gobshite, regardless of how fitting it may be for certain characters. Gobbledygook, though, maybe. We do have some odd-looking characters where gobbledygook wouldn't actually be that far off an accurate name for them, or at least pet names for familiars and things. It's not a bad idea having stuff like gobbledygook. It's just I'll need to be careful if you ever decided to abbreviate some of the names. And for those who can't realise why, then I'll let you say it, and then you can figure it out once you've gone, oh, yeah. Such a shiny army of killer nuns from Twisted Nurse Painting. See, that Morgan Val looks really nice with the flame and the way you've done the source lighting and the non-metallic metal. I've just not seen the rest of the army yet, so I don't know if you're going for full black armour on the rest of the suits, or whether you chose a different order to go for. So whether you're going for the, is it the Bloody Rose, which is basically this colour red? Oh jeez. So gold, white leather, and red wine velvet. Yeah, no. This going to try something and then there's just doing something because you're just sadistic enough to put yourself through it. And that is what you are on this one. Because anyone who does white, pure white, is just... no. That is probably the biggest headache colour I can think of. That's why I'm using ivory to do this, not pure white. And even this isn't getting coverage as well as I would like. And it's going over it and I'm getting it on there, but it is going to take several layers to get it as a nice flat colour. And even then, not 100% it's going to be right. Order of the golden light. Yeah. Golden white. Golden, yeah. It makes sense. Should have really thought of that one. But I don't know all the orders. So I know you've got the Martyred Lady, you've got the Bloody Rose, you've got the Ebon Chalice. I'm going to guess Golden Light is a custom order of yours, because I don't recall hearing that one. And I know there are a few others. You're even painting all the tanks. Are you just going for the Custode Sisters? And I don't mean the Sisters of Silence in this case. Although they would technically be the Sisters for the Custodes if he was going to run it that way. But no. Sisters of Battle, Adeptus Sororitas. If you want to use the new names that are complicated and sound stupid. Because I don't know what was wrong with Sisters of Battle. Because they were nuns with guns, and the nuns usually get called sister. So it made sense to be called the Sisters of Battle with the way they were. I've opened the window, I've let flies in. They like it at this time of night. It's nice and cool in here and they get away from the bats outside. And we do have bats living in the trees outside, so. The bugs don't like being outside when it's dark because the bats eat them. I prefer them to be outside when it's dark because the bats eat them. Oh, so it is an official order. It's just the smallest of the orders. It's like by the end of Istefan, Raven Guard were the smallest of the legions. They weren't very big to start with. And then they go get fucked up at the drop site massacre. I am trying to do my best to keep this on camera for you all. I am struggling a little bit to keep it on camera and get the colour in. No worries. You have a good night, mate. And yeah, but just going off your keyboard ability at the moment, you go get a rest. I think you might have been at your desk a little bit too long today. Just doing this is sending me eyes funny. Sending me eyes a bit daft is this. And this isn't even that small, it's just lots of red. And I can't see the bits for the red. Which is not good if you're trying to paint the damn things. So I should just have 3 more left to do, is it? Which is 1, 2, 3. I think that's the last 3 I've got left to do. What on earth is going on with that paint there? Da 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 dee dee. Da da bum ba dee da dum. I shall finish these off. Just go for my quick break, which I believe I already have music loaded up. I think I prepared that earlier. I just gotta click play. And then of course pop the wonderful break screen up that Twisted has made for me. And as it is Angry Ron today, it will be the lesser used of the two. So if you are watching from the States, I'm not sure if Canada is included, but certainly they can deliver to the States. The Miniature Tavern, which is where I got this from, they are able to get things to you. They're not able to deliver to Europe at the moment. I was lucky enough to be one of the last few that came through. And I'm not even sure if they made a slight loss on this one, to be quite honest, just to get it to me, which if they did, I am extremely grateful. Because not only did I get the model I ordered, I also got a couple of extras. So if they did send it through as a loss and sent extras as well, I can't complain at that. I can complain if the quality was bad, which it isn't. The quality is bloody brilliant on these. I would at least say they were on par with the Rogue's Den Hobbies, which is probably the highest praise I could give a 3D printer at the moment. But they're just not available in Europe. That being said, Rogue's Den Hobbies is now available in Europe. So it's not just a UK thing anymore. If you are in Ireland, or if you've been cut off from the mainland in France, Germany, Netherlands, Italy, somewhere like that, then you can get them out to you now. So that means the Space Bears are available, the Space Dwarves are available, and all those lovely D&D characters. That could also double for Trench Crusade as well. Oh. Stop it. Sparkles is going to have a go at me and kill me if I keep... No. If I start going collecting Trench Crusade armies as well now, she's just going to... I don't think we'll end up getting married. I think she'll just bury me. Sell all my models to pay for the funeral. And then keep the change. Because I'll be in a bin bag. It's not plugging, mate. I'm just... Look, if it's shit, I'll tell people. Don't go buy from that knobhead that I got them little Sparkles and Oaks models for, because the only thing that's good about the Sparkles and Oaks models is the cutesiness of them, and he's not fucked it up. The bases were all awful, and I could tell that he'd done them off the same style, he's just not bothered his ass to check. And when bases are falling apart like that, which is quite important, especially in the miniature gaming communities, you need bases. If you're going to send subpar stuff out like that, especially once you've messed up in the first place, nah, you're not going to get it off me. You, on the other hand, everything I've ordered has been spot on. It's always been quick. I've always had good service from you, despite the fact that we talk offline and things, but that's by the by. We never actually talk about business. What I buy, how long it's going to take. We never discuss that offline. So, and it always arrives relatively quick, depending what the post service is doing, and that's not your fault if they're deciding to be cunts and going, yeah, we're not doing things like that today. Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, if you can't help if I get a new guy on the round who can't find my house, which has happened a few times. Post people get lost around my streets. But all quality has been good. So much so that I've got a box of bits down there that I'm going to be using for other stuff that I've got from you. Like, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the animals yet, but I know I'll do something. And I've got all those jetpack plumes. And I've seen the same models that I've got, and because you do have a commercial license, you're not the only person with a commercial license, as I have found out recently. And there are people that are charging Games Workshop level prices for the exact same models that you're selling. And you're selling Games Workshop quality models for a lot cheaper than Games Workshop. I'm not saying Games Workshop models, in case anyone misheard that. I said Games Workshop quality models. Make sure you listen before you start getting me in trouble. So you've already done some German, some French, and you've done other languages for it as well, so you can branch out into Europe. See, Graham is not that daft. He may look it, but he ain't. Right, I'm going to give him a small break for a moment. I'm going to put some music on. Where's it gone? Let's get rid of that. I'm not doing that anymore. Let's see now. If we press play, that should give us some music. Hopefully not too loud. Let me just put my headphones on so I can find out if it's loud or not. A bit of a think about this fella, because he's certainly got a lot about him, and these bits that I didn't quite realise were going to be as they were until I've got to this point. So yeah, anybody who is here for the first time, I don't do planning very often. Yeah, I go very much with feel. With some degree of. Alright, I understand a little bit of colour theory, so it's not like it's completely just off field. So yeah, we do have some music now, and I shall be back shortly. I'm sorry people, I'm a complete idiot. I've put the wrong video up. There we go. Let's try the real one, shouldn't we? Ooh, I got back just in time for the ending. How good timing is that, eh? That was good timing, wasn't it? So, right. Now I've muted that, I've actually got to mute it for my headphones as well. Because I can still hear it. And that's distracting if I'm trying to look at chat as well. So what have I missed? What have you all been talking about? It is a beautiful... Corn red is a beautiful base colour for this. And I've got... I think I've pulled out Wazdaka red and Mephisto red just for highlighting colours. I'm hoping they work alright. Where are we up to now? Our music was alright, Twisted, wasn't it? It wasn't too bad. Oh, awesome, Twisted. So that, yeah, no. If you're changing it, let me know so I can remove the other one and then I can have the same file back. Why be famous when I've won the war? When I've won the war. I know that other words. But it's about the closest you'll get to me singing Bros. I'm going to have to do it in some kind of other thing that is at least satire. But I'm also going to have to go back now and paint all the ivory bits again because they need like 4 bleeding coats. Because ivory doesn't cover as cleanly as you would like. Especially when you want it as a nice, flat, even coverage. Especially on certain parts. Like the raised higher edges where shadow isn't quite going to reach as far. So you want to get it in there. As well as a few others. So back of the wingtip ones. Try and flatten these out again to make them nice and neat. I will be giving them a wash as well, obviously, but if you can get the nice flat tone on first, so you haven't got little red, I don't know if you can see. If I could, wow, you're really hard to get in the right angle, mate. Come on. See, there is a tiny little bit of red that you can still see underneath. I can't even get it in. Awesome. So your first grand, Rosa's took you over. Should we all go in and give a big thank you to Rosa? If you're part of Graham's Discord server, just nip in and say thank you, Rosa. If you're not, then obviously you don't have to. If I remember correctly, Rosa won the last painting competition with a very pretty dragon. But that one was themed. It was lilac themed for that one. So to enter it, you did have to paint something a certain colour, and I didn't get round to finishing mine. Mine needed another layer of highlights, and then going over the gold again. And I decided I was going to do that 3 days after the competition had finished. I don't know if Graham, if you've advertised that on your server, then I will put a thank you from my server on there as well afterwards. If you've not mentioned it, then I won't mention it, because I don't know if you want to draw attention to people who might not want attention. But if you have mentioned it on yours, then I will give a big thank you from my server as a general for everybody who's not in there who would wish to leave a thank you. Doesn't mean I'll have to go look in a moment though. I mean, I look on my own server, so I can look at yours. Just don't bring it up on screen, eh? Because then people actually realise how bad I am at painting once they see everybody else in your finished section. And when you've painted one of the space bears compared to when I painted one of the space bears, they're going to look at that and go, "Lance, he's a bit of shit, really, isn't he?" I mean, he's not bad, but he could have done better. I suppose technically I'm a professional at this. With very loosest of terms. And that's only because of cameras. Which I'm not sure if that's correct, but I suppose if I'm going to claim myself to be a professional at anything else other than an arsehole, then I suppose a painter is not too bad. And money bags. You have a nice night, Ali. Thank you very much for coming in to join us. You will get yourself some rest ready for tomorrow morning, which I'm assuming means you're up and ready and raring for work again. Or at least up and willing to go do something that they pay you for. Even if you're not raring to go. Because let's face it, most people aren't raring to go for the jobs. Unless they're very self-motivated. For instance, Graham's very well motivated for his job. Or what I believe he's looking to become his 100% only job ever now, which will be Rogues Den Hobbits. Let's see if we can make that dream actual reality, shall we? Normally I would put a link in the description for the models that I'm painting, but as I said, this one's not available in the UK at the moment, or in Europe. Soon as it is though, I will be putting the link into the description for this video once those little, shall we call them, what should we call them, pain in the asses have been sorted out. That's good. Yeah, we'll call them pain in the asses. Because that's what it is. Charging through the roof just because it's going out of the country. It's bloody ridiculous. And when he's coming back into the country and it's that whinging. So now we have all the bone sections painted. The teeth and the tusks and the horns. And all of those type of things. Oh, no, we've missed a nice big section down that one. We don't want to miss nice big sections. But we've also got to be careful when we're getting into them. Some of them aren't the easiest to get a brush in, which is why we use nice long bristle brushes. And we can come back with a bit of calm red to clean up afterwards. Just because we've caught a bit on his leg now. So just tiny bit of corn red. I hope I've got another tub of that. I really do. Just to clean up where we spilt on his leg around there. And on there. Okay. We're still on base layers. We're still on base layers, people. We've not moved off base layers yet. We need now. He's got dreadlocks on this model, but we're going to convert those dreadlocks into metal wiring because he's supposed to have something called butcher's nails. And that is not a nice thing at all. That is an implant. That means if you feel anything other than rage and anger, then you're in pain. So it's not nice. But it is part of the model and his story, so we do have to make sure we represent that on there. Luckily he's got dreadlocks. Dreadlocks can look like wires. Isn't that a bit of fun? That is fun. So let's silver up or lead belcher up these dreadlocks on his head. And they could be the butcher's nails then. But they do come all the way down here as well. So we do have quite a lot to do on these. It's got a lot of hair. Which means a lot of wires. Dan, my main man, you are the reason that I am on Streamlabs. And there is something I have yet to verify on Streamlabs because I've not managed to get it working fully yet with a proper trial run. I've yet to have my collab cam running properly. I did get Tia from the Tavern up briefly the other week. Last week I believe it was, but she was having issues with her connection. So she had to jump down quite quickly. I hope you're doing alright, man. I hope you're doing alright. You've been putting out some very different material for you recently. A lot of helping with analytics. How does this show? How to do this? A lot of collaborations as well. Let's not talk about cameras. What have you done to your camera? I dread to even think, what have you done to your camera? You're worse than me when it comes to pressing buttons. At least I go, no, I'm not going to press that one. You go, no, let's find out. And then press it. And then go, shit, I shouldn't have pressed that. And now with your tech support on the road. Ooh. You're having shit luck with cameras. See, I've not long bought this one as an upgraded one, so I'm not doing too bad. I don't have to use my phone anymore, which is a nice thing. My phone worked, but having to connect it via the internet and then link the two through was not good. It worked. It got me through best part of my entire streaming career, but that's only because, well, Beaky Buzzard gave me this camera, so I weren't using two phones. Two phones just made it even more complicated. Oh no, no, that's not good. Is it the software you're using, or is it definitely the camera? Because I've noticed that if I'm using software that's taking too much bandwidth, then camera or not, it's just not going to let it through. If now that I've dropped using Video Ninja, my camera comes through a lot clearer now. I believe that is the... Is that all the silver done for the butcher's nails? Nail it. Just a little more down the side of his face there, and down there, and then back in to get his ear. It's definitely the camera. You sure? You positive about that? Where is it? Settings. Yes. Change that to that one. I believe that's right. Copy that. Open there. Go find Dan. Go find Dan. Sounds quite ominous, that actually, doesn't it? There we are. If you want to run a quick test, mate, feel free. It's there. That gets moved out of the way so I can see if anyone does turn up. Well, I said, if you want to run a quick test for your side, just click that link. I'll find out. $1.2 thousand views. Look, I don't have that in a month, so yeah, that's big. You've got to remember, Dan, that when you talk about your channel size compared to my channel size, most of your numbers are always going to be absolutely massive compared to mine. So when you say that's not that big, I'm looking at it going quite the opposite, going, that's fucking great. That's awesome. So yeah, I don't get it. 1.2 thousand views. That's a good video. You've done well. Very well. A little too well, maybe. No, not a little too well. You've done good, mate. No such thing as a little too well. Where's my fucking grey gone? Dawnstone. I've got Dawnstone grey somewhere. I don't know where it is. You're in. You are in. Arius and the nation is there. I just need to click this to show on stream. There we are. We have Daniel from Arius and the Nation. You're in. You're right above me. Can you see my screens? Right, but you can't see me. No, so that means I've got to change something on here. Then that's all. That's a button on my settings website. No, it's on my side. Yeah. Right, I'm not sure how you can see me. As long as you can see this one and you can hear me, we're alright. Yeah. I can see you perfectly fine. You're just above me. They don't have his audio. That means I've got it muted on here. I have most of mine muted for the purpose of not fucking up my background. No Dan audio. Yeah, we're working on it, people. We are working on it. Open advanced settings, and I want collab cam, which is no, that's turned up full. I can hear you perfectly fine. It's just the viewers can't hear you. Yeah, once it works right, it's awesome, right? So I've just slide that volume up and down. That's that. Mic auxiliary audio cam 1, 2. That might. Does that change anything for you? Does that change anything around? Okay, how about now? Still, right, okay. That's because I changed those two cameras around. Welcome to how to fuck up your technical stuff while you're live on camera, people. Is what set to monitor and output? No, it's set to mic auxiliaries of microphone source. Webcam source is cam 2. Share optional video, which is cam 1, which should be this one. Click onto down screen, and then it goes assign source, which I have assigned camera. It tells me to put the volume up, which I have. I can see when you talk, yeah, it's going up there. So let's go to those properties and let's mute and then unmute.
Me.
Does that help?
I don't know.
Neither do I. See, I can hear you, so I don't.
Yeah, it's so weird. I'm like looking at the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now, so I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm
we are
waiting.
relying on all of you to let us know how much I fucked up,
because we can hear each other.
and we will chat. We will just go on.
Yeah, just be warned. Actually, I can't stay long because I'm currently waiting for someone to jump in another.
No, I get it. Yes, we have a yes from.
So you got it after my chat. Oh, actually, probably tomorrow, man. I'll hit you up, and you show me how it's done. Because I would much rather prefer this than Restream, which is failing me left and right.
Right. Well, unpaid, only one person with you. So it's me and you. Nobody else.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of how my interviews go.
So that's awesome. Yeah, I can talk you through this. This is I stumbled on this completely by accident. So
that's awesome, man. Because that's what I need. I need something like this, man. And I'm like, I see the ability to. I've never actually done it.
Right.
So this is actually awesome. Cheers, Angie. Good to have you in.
Good. Oh, can you see the chat as well?
On my phone, yes.
Oh, on your phone, yes. Right, you can't see it from the screen.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
Hello, Angie. I will not be putting a bid in for that print that you've just put up on eBay. However, anyone who is aware of Angie's arts and painting, or just being Angie, some of the artwork she did a few years ago, she's doing prints of, and it is very good. It's just not appropriate for me to put in my living room. Little ones.
Yeah. And cheers, Beaky. Cheers, Beaky. It's been a while.
But yeah, that is something good. So you're waiting for a collab very quickly now.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave pretty soon. I'm trying to coordinate stuff across the pond, and what's it's like the time difference is where I'm like, I have a very slim window to fit this one in. So
it's what, 20 past 11 over here now.
Yeah.
So whoever this person is obviously like, okay, I'll do it late on for you because
time. Yeah. I'm just like, all right, cool. We'll try to make as much traction as possible with these conversations. If anything, the conversations help other people. Maybe I'm not the tech guy, but I know what buttons not to push.
You've gone through quite a few I mean, just today alone, I woke up to 7 notifications from you.
Dude, I'm putting a lot of like the music channel is. I think we dropped like 4 videos, and then the other channel that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
That I'm trying to incorporate like clips instead of shorts, but clips of talks. So like a 5-minute clip of a longer hour, 2-hour talk. It's more easy digestible. So
yeah, rather than having to sit through the full 2 hours just to get that one little bit that you would be interested in.
Exactly. So I'm trying to break it up and test out the water some on flooding my channel with a different type of content, because it's not saying I don't love music reactions. I just don't. The reaction game it casts a very big shadow. So
yeah, and obviously the more you throw out, the more you put up there, you can get to see what sticks, what works, what doesn't work, and then you go right, okay, don't try that again. But do more of those because those worked.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't know how many you're gonna get from On the Road, but if they stick, then that's another set.
Yeah, that's the goal, is to bring people in for the talks, and hopefully the reaction community appreciates the talks and stays. But hopefully more people that are interested in podcasts and stuff hop on. So
well, that would be nice if you could start branching out into other things and not just reactions, because obviously you have got your other big projects on at the moment.
Yeah, we have tons. I don't even remember how many other projects.
I'm more about the physical labor project that you've got going on at the moment.
The physical labor project.
Yeah, the how do we get off grid? That one.
Oh, that one. Well, so yeah, man, that's a like I'm starting that path, but that is a 5-year path. That is
that's not
quick.
A short-term thing.
Yeah, that is not a quick. Hey, man, let me just add this piece of property to my cart and buy it. Like it's a big purchase. A lot of investment needed, not just monetarily, but also time and research.
Well,
so
you're doing all yourself pretty much, unless you need a professional to. So I know you're not going to put in the sump pump yourself, and you're not going to put in the cyst tank yourself. So those will be some professionals. But when it comes to actually putting the wood together to build the house, you're capable.
Yep, that's where it's all going to go, and that's where my son is going to play a major part in cheap labor. So.
Yeah, cheap as in free.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, whatever. I carried that cross for a while, so I'm passing the baton.
Yeah, no. Look, you're getting paid in knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Knowledge.
You'll thank me later, son.
Yeah.
These are tomorrow money that I'm giving you.
Yeah, because so people are going to need houses fixed and house repair, and you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be printing your own money,
or just not pay someone to do it. You know, at the very least, like you don't have to pay someone to fix stuff yourself. Yeah, that's the goal. Good. That's the goal.
Yeah, don't have to pay out for manual labor.
Exactly.
Just go get the sheets and the materials and just be able to do it yourself.
Yep. All right, man. Well, look, I'm gonna head out. Laz, thank you for having me up, man.
Excellent, man. You just confirmed to me that this
I'm
works.
gonna reach out. I want to reach out back out to you, and you can help me fumble through this thing, because this is the way I want to go right here.
No problem. You let me know when you're ready, man, and I'll jump on.
All right, appreciate it, man. All right, bye, chat. Bye, everyone that I can't see. Later.
And anyone who doesn't know, that was Dan from Arius and the Nation. He does have his own channel. It has nothing to do with Warhammer, but he has had me up to talk about it. So he's not completely oblivious to it. He's just he isn't quite as into it as some of us. I mean, I think I'm a little bit more into it than others, including people in my chat who are into it. So yeah, don't be too bad thinking, oh, well, I'm not as into it as much as... No, nobody is. Don't worry. But he is a very interesting person. If you want to go check out Arius and the Nation. Do I have a moderator in at the moment? If one of my moderators would be so kind, if you are also part of Dan's community, could you pop his link into the description, please. If not, then I'll go grab it myself in a moment. I'm not saying you have to. Might also get Angie's link while I'm in there. I'm just not sure which one I'm. Yeah, usually I am as well, Twisted. The amount of times that I get dodgy looks off Sparkles because I'm either on Graham's website or Games Workshop's website or some other place that's selling miniatures. She's not too bad if I'm on the other places. It's once I go on to Graham's site, that's when she gets worried. Cheers, Mick. Thank you, mate. As I will, the friends of the channel, I've no issues saying, go see them, go check them out. I mean, Angie does some fantastic pieces of art of her own. She has got one at the moment that she's used the pouring art style, and it looks beautiful. It's just, well, when you read the title, you'll understand. But there are other ones that Angie's done where that black horse that she did last year, I believe it was. That's absolutely stunning piece of work. It's absolutely fantastic. As I said, it's not just model painters. Anyone who's artistically inclined, I do have a work in progress and a finished section. So whether it be the diamond art, painting art, anything that you do that's creative and you want to just let my community know and see that you are a part of, then feel free to put it in there. I also have a channel for interesting things on other people's channels, so you can self-advertise in there and just put other stuff in as well. Mick, you are a star, mate. Thank you very much. So there, if you want to go see Dan do his thing, please click the link that Mick's just put in. Not right now, obviously, because I'm still live. Come on, give me some credit. Don't just ditch me. It's not right. I mean, if you want to go, then I can't stop you really. But yeah, please check out Dan's channel. You will click on it and realise, hang about, he's an actual YouTuber. The fuck's he doing up with Laz? I'm trying to figure that one out as well. But he does come up with me sometimes. So, and he talks to me and he's had me up on his. And we get on quite well. Possibly the reason. Just the same as we get the Eclectic Beard on here, and Angie from Angie's Arts, as well as Graham, who also has his own channel and shop, and Twisted Nurse Painting, who also has his own channel. And I think everybody in my chat has their own channel. I don't think I actually have any non-YouTubers, or not many non-YouTubers in my chat. And even Nick's a YouTuber. Mick, you've been up on YouTube. You technically are a YouTuber as well. I don't have any non-YouTubers in my chat most of the time. That's worrying, I think. But I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I know it's a thing. I can't really do much about that with it being a thing. But I'm yet to work out if it's a good or bad thing. He is a great lad too, Dan. He is. So down to earth. Pretty much has time for anyone as long as you don't take the piss. Genuinely a good guy. Nick is right. But in fairness, you all are. I don't tend to have arseholes in my community. And I say my community, I do use that term loosely because we all overlap in lots of different places. Nick, yourself, a lot of the faces you see in mine, Nick, you see in your own more frequently. So I can't really say it's my community because we all overlap anyway. but there doesn't seem to be any arseholes or knobheads in it. Granted, Mick T can sometimes say something that'll make you go, ooh, hoo. But that's not an arsehole, that's just Mick being Mick. And Mick's usually funny when he does it. Granted, it does get me occasionally looks from behind me, which is not going to happen because Sparkles has gone upstairs. But yeah, no assholes. Oh, give me an hour, Mick, and I will be right there with you. I hope. I've taken me tablets. Your class cloud and proud. Although it's not excess pride, we're okay. We don't like excess pride. Excess pride is wrong. Right, so now we're going to get a Mephiston red. I don't know why I always enjoy doing that function for this colour, but well, it is what it is now. And this is going to be the dry brush over the wings and some of the other red areas. I'll try and sort out roughly where I think other stuff should go. Pardon me, I do apologise, I didn't mean to burp quite that loudly. So it's slightly lighter than the red that we used for the actual base tone. Dampen the brush, don't wet it. And in this case I'm just going to get rid of the paint that's on the brush first, because there's a lot of paint on that brush. Way more than there should have been. And then dab that. Rub most of it off. And then try and get it nicely covering on his wings. On his wings. I don't want too much because I've got to be careful I don't catch the ivory bits. But I do want to make sure I can catch the large sticky up, well, not large sticky up bits, but well, at least the sticky up bits, the raised areas. That's what dry brushing is supposed to get. There's not much difference between the two wings there visually. That's everyone. Wow. Wow. Just being Angie, Treecadelic, Ali, Twisted Nerves, painting Arisons. Mick has listed everybody. So if at any point you're wondering who's in chat, you can go click on one of that link and you will find out exactly who is in chat. It's not too bad here at the minute, Mick. It's threatened to most of the day. It's had that, you know, when you can feel it. It wants to chuck down on you, but it's just not got enough yet. It's been threatening all bloody day, but it's not quite got to the point where it's chucking down on us yet. Just for any of those people who are in chat who are thinking, well, everyone's got a channel and I've not, don't feel bad if you've not got a channel. I'm not here just to promote other people. I'm just, if I'm aware you've got a channel and you're here, then I will quite happily come see you and ask other people to. Providing I think you're okay. I will do a test run first, so with Nick from Positive Mental Attitude, Dan from Irish in the Nation, Twisted Nerves, Angie, even Micties. I've seen them all. I've been in contact with them. Even Joe, who was in earlier. He's now got 3 videos up. I've seen the 2. I've not seen his 3rd one yet because that only went up today. So I do go watch. I do pay attention. And I do, if I believe it's warranted, spread your name around for good reason. Go check this out, it is good. Go check this out, it is good. If you want scale modelling, go check Leeds at Anfield Road Layout in the Loft. Scale modelling and heroic scale painting are slightly different though. Very rare that the 2 overlap. The fact that we have between me and Lee is a bit of a wonder in and to itself. Because they are, generally those 2 don't overlap. The scale modelers don't take us heroic scales seriously, and us heroic scales generally think that those scale modelers take it too seriously. Yeah, I don't. I just have doubles on spirits. Although I did drink on Saturday. I was at, for those of you who are in my Discord server, one of my hired goons is called Ramrod, and he got married over the weekend. And it was his wedding I was at. You know, he got married at the same place I'm going to be getting married. So it was a nice little tester for me to go there, but it was a lovely day that he had with him and his new wife. An absolutely fantastic wedding. All went smoothly and swimmingly. Nobody kicking off. One very minor accident towards the end of the evening, but nothing too. Just a trip with a sprained ankle, I believe. A sprained wrist, I believe it ended up as. Which is, as far as weddings go, that's not bad. But I started off with a double whiskey at his wedding, and I moved on to Guinness when I realised that I'm going to be there for 12 hours, and I didn't want to get absolutely ratted. It's a very red tip brush now, isn't it? And Lise, thank you very much. Thank you, Mick. See, there's a reason I made Mick a moderator. I know he can be out of control sometimes, and I know he can be a little bit wild sometimes, but there's a reason I made Mick a moderator. He is reliable and he is sound. I've had moderators who have been removed or downgraded. I now currently only have 2 head moderators. One of them is Sparkles, obviously, and the other one is actually Ali. In case any of you other moderators were wondering which moderator can take moderation away, it's Ali. Not saying she will, it's just that she does, because I know she won't do it for no reason. That's why Ali's got it. So Ali and Sparkles. They're the 2 you need to be careful of. Well, I'll tell you what, Mick. Out of all my other moderators, who else is here? Who else is here? You show me another moderator in my chat right now. I don't see one. You was here last week. You was here on Thursday. You turn up on Wednesdays. Tell me where I'm wrong. You boot people when they need booting before I even get a chance to even notice they've been in. When they've kicked off and done something they shouldn't have. You've just listed all of that She can take my mod, but she'll never take my free. No. If anyone ever took your mod off you, mate, I'll be putting it straight back on. It's like, no, I'm keeping him. Why? You get anyone from around there and they need to be literally dressed down verbally, Mick's gonna do it. And do it with a fucking smile on his face. All he's gonna take is, Mick, rip in, mate, rip in. She can take my moderatorship, but she'll never take my freedom. Oh, you English bastard, I'll fucking show you. So yes, now we're doing the rock. And just base colours on it. He is a big model, so just getting the base colours down on him it's taken a while now, this. I mean, I've had entire models painted in this time scale before now. Am I busy this Saturday? This Saturday. I don't think so. But I know that the United Leeds match is not going to be on terrestrial television, so I won't be watching that unless somehow I can find a way to get it. Because I don't have Sky Sports or TNT Sports or anything like that. Because I'm not spending £90 a fucking month just to watch 3 football matches a year. So no, as far as I'm aware, I'm not busy Saturday, which means I could potentially watch United and Leeds. I know I'm skint, so I'm not going anywhere because I'm fucked out. I'm saying this, and it's sounding bad now. It's not bad. I did it completely willingly, and heck, even the night before it was volunteering, so I knew it was a possibility that I'd have to go out and do what I did. But I still went out and spent like over £250 on a single outfit on Saturday. For me, that's not including Sparkles going out and buying her shoes for the night time, as well as the trainers for mini lads and things like that. Oh, you're watching the friendly on YouTube? Right, I might catch it on YouTube then. I hope it's not Oasis this weekend. If it is Oasis, I mean, I know they're playing this weekend. I just hope it's not the Manchester gigs, because the Manchester gigs is in a big field. It's more like open air concert, that one, and it's not far from where I am. I will be able to hear it without going anywhere near it, and it's gonna means that my town centre's gonna be full up with a bunch of fucking yuppie knobheads that weren't even born when Oasis broke up, never mind when they were fucking touring them together. All piling through with sun hats while it's raining and wellies on and shorts and I'm going to have to do my best not to get arrested. So I'm going to avoid my town centre if they are doing there. So, yeah. When I found out that Oasis were playing Heaton Park, I was not happy. I was not happy at all. I couldn't have done the O2, not the O2, the Co-op or the AO Arena or, you know, something a few miles away from me that I can't hear it because it's inside a building. Not close enough that I'm going to have to sit there and once it's gone dark and everyone is still going on and I can still fucking hear it. And then people coming back through on buses, and because we've got a lot of Airbnbs around where I live, so I can guarantee they're going to be full. So which means they're probably walking past my house trying to find a way to the bloody Airbnb that they're walking the wrong way to. Not that this has ever happened every time they do Park Life. But it does. It happens every bloody time they put a concert on at Eaton Park. My town gets... And it wouldn't even be as bad, but really, you want to be going in towards Manchester, because that's where most of them are actually staying, but they always get on the buses that are going the wrong way. That's if they get the buses. If they get the trams, they don't come anywhere near me, which is great. Or any other form of public transport. If they get the wrong one, they end up coming towards me, and I don't like it. Get off my lawn. On the positive note, if I was a really big Oasis fan, I get a free concert. So I mean, Dan, who would probably love the fact that he could sit in my garden and listen to the Oasis concert, or just go for a half an hour walk and really listen to the Oasis concert. And I did say half hour walk. That's all it'll take me to get there, to stand at the fence, go into the section that they can't stop me walking my dog. Know that bit, because it is still part of a big public park as well. So although they'll fence off enough to do Oasis, there'll be parts of the park where people just be generally walking and just using it as a public park. It is big. So they can't block it all off. Even though they probably want to. Even if they try blocking it all off, I know enough secret entrances to that place that they've got no chance of stopping me if I actually wanted to go in. Not that I am, but yeah, no. They can jog on. I ain't doing it. Okay, so how are we looking now? I mean, he's looking not as grey and red anymore, not that much. He has got a bit more other colours. The green's coming through nicely on his axe. I'm quite happy with the green and the red on his sword. It's the little slight contrast between the two. That's doing me out. I'm quite happy with that. So let's give that brush a wash off. We don't want grey on it anymore. We want to come back to red. We've got to be coming back to red a lot with this guy. And I'm just going to get, because it's a chiseled flat brush, I'm just going to get a layer of, so I can just run it slightly over his face just to get the, just to bring out the brow. I can darken this down again once I've washed it. But I definitely need this to have a bright section, especially along his muscles as well. His muscles. Let's paint his rippling pectorals, his bulging biceps. And they are bloody bulging. That triceps just... I would love the definition he's got in his tricep. That would be really nice. I've got to go gym a lot more to get that though. Get these raised areas. So we can do a fair bit more then with washes. And use just quick strokes down to pick up all the nice big bits. Especially around here where all the detail is, around at the bottom of the wing. All the tears and all the... Let's just make sure we get them stand out nice and crisp. I think this one's going to take me a couple of weeks, you know, folks. This one's going to take a while. And that's just going over this bit, just figuring that out, doing this. I'm still doing base layers and base layers and base layers. I've not even got to proper highlighting or working anything up yet. I've not even chose a colour for his loincloth bit or his straps for that matter. I've only chose the base colour for him. I've only just got that on really, and I sprayed it on to start with. Jeez. Well, it's taken a wee while. Where did I put my red wash now? Where did I put my red wash now? Where did I put my red wash now? Carabao Crimson, there it goes. So let's move this. And I want a wash brush. I want a brush that's going to be nice for putting on the wash. Haha! Nice big. Not completely wonderful, but close enough for me to do this. Close enough. Now, as Ali has gone to bed, I'm going to have to remember to do this bit myself. If you have enjoyed anything that you've seen so far tonight, if you want to ask questions, if you just want to just come and say, I want to speak to Laz, please remember that we do have a free Discord in the link down below. So if you want to join the Discord, please just click that and join up. Or you can subscribe, like the usual YouTube things that most people are aware of, and just not as pushy as others. I'll let people make their own decisions. If they want to subscribe to me, they can do. If there is no pressure to. It's not like I'm going to go out killing cats or anything just because somebody hasn't subscribed to me. I'm not that mentally unstable. Can't say the same about everybody, but I know I'm not that mentally unstable. There's probably a few YouTubers out there who do get upset when people don't subscribe. I saw you in my channel, you didn't subscribe. Grow up. It's not saying I won't be appreciative if you do subscribe. It's just, well, people make their own fucking choices. Leave them to it. As long as it doesn't affect you in a bad way. What's the issue? Nice coating all over that wing. Look at that. Look at that. Nice and shiny again. Not that I want it to be shiny, but there's some nice deep recess shading going in there. And I'm liking it a lot. Some very, very nice shading going in there. It just looks very bright and shiny at the moment on camera, doesn't it? That's because it's wet though. Once it's dry, you should hopefully be able to see what I see. That's the idea anyway. How long have we been going? We're going to. We're going. I can go a bit longer. That's how long I've been going. I can go a bit longer. So let's get this wash all up inside his wings. Let's go back for a bit more actually. I am going through these Carabao Crimson pretty damn quick. what's the redirect one for on that one there, Mick? No, the Discord's already in the description down below, Mick, so we're okay. That's actually in the description for the video itself. So, thank you for trying to put that link in, but yeah, it's awkward sometimes. It took me a while to get used to how to put a Discord link in. So now I have it pre-set up so I can just copy, paste, and send it over there. All the red bits with red wash. That fly that snuck in is gonna do my head in, and that means that I'm gonna have to try and get one of them bug splatty things to kill the little shit. And yes, my first point of call when it comes to insects is I'm not arguing, I'm not playing nice, I'm just gonna kill it. Get out of my house. Humans are very territorial creatures. You should know this, fly. Get out. That is a very, 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 very red man. A very, very, very red man, a very, very, very red man. Is a very, very, very red man, He's a very, very, very red man. I shouldn't have done that, because that probably still had quite a lot on it. Never mind. Next we need null oil to do his head bit. Yeah, Discord's awkward to share for some reason. Even for me, and I was a bloody fucking server owner. It's like, you know, you would think it would be easier for me to share than anyone else, but apparently not. Okay, so that's null oil done. Now we've got a lot of agrax to do. We've got all the skulls at the bottom, all the ivory tips, the skull on his shoulder. That's all agrax, and nothing but more agrax. Which there should be a bottle of in. No, that's Draconian cat. Agrax Earthshade. There we go. I knew I had some. Oh shit! Where's my cup of tea? Panic stations. I need my tea. Panic over. Panic's over. I found it. I call it a cup. It's a bucket. But it works. I do with shutting that window actually while I remember, because it's getting a bit drafty as well. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's pull that down, shall we? One of YouTube's rules, no flashing. I can kind of agree with that one as well. So I'm alright there. I am alright there. What's that flashing up? Why is things flashing up? I'll find out by going on my phone rather than messing around with my screen, because sometimes it does just not work. If I start doing weird random things on my screen when I'm trying to do stuff with my computer. So now for the Agrax Earthshade. We're gonna have to use his sword and the base to maneuver him round, and then we get that all in the skulls down at the bottom down here. That's to brown them up and a bit across there. I'll go back and get some more in a minute. And then it's going to have to be another dry brush of ivory over the top just to bring out those higher layers. Which means I might end up having to go for another fucking break again at this rate. I know I'm over the moon with Twisted and him doing those break things and the visuals and the, I can't remember what they're called, like start screens and break screens for me, but I don't want to overuse them. But the ideal time to use them is for drying time, rather than you sitting me here watching paint dry. Literally, I can pop on a little bit of music, people have time to go for a wee, and yeah, tea's got to be done in buckets. Coffee I'll have in a bucket as well, whether it be black coffee, cappuccino, mocha. Pretty much every drink I have gets put into this big whopping cup. So especially if you get one of the instant ones like the sachets and stuff, it takes 2 sachets to do my cup. And even then it's a bit watery. So now we've done that. Come down onto the wingtips. Why is there a big white splodge over there? That's because it's not the skulls, and it needs colouring differently. That's why. These we need to get all these up and on here and on here. We also want to remove bits where it's too thick. We don't want to leave it like just fully brown. We want to just tint it. We want it to be slightly old ivory. We don't want it to be brown. We want it to be old ivory. So we go around that side with what we can, clearing up any excess dripping into the base, as well as anywhere we've overdone. Silvers! What is up, man? What is up? We's doing Angry Run. We's doing Angry Run. He's taking fucking ages. So yeah, this is from the tavern. We're doing this. Not for the tavern, from the tavern. No worries, Nick. You have a good night, mate. You take care and don't be over fucking doing it, alright? I watched your video the other day. You be taking care of yourself, alright, mate? So just to emphasise the fact that even more, Silvers is also a YouTuber. Oh, you've just really nailed home something for me there, Silvers. I've come to the conclusion most people in my chat are YouTubers in some way, shape or form. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I just know it's a thing. If you're the YouTuber's YouTuber, is that a good thing? Because I know usually if you're the one that the people within the thing you watch, then generally you're not the one that the fans of those people watch, because there's a difference. So it is a very weird thing. You've ordered yourself Angron and Magnus. Well, this is my Angron. This is going to be my Angron. I've not got a Magnus yet, but I don't need it. I would like a Magnus. I would like all four Chaos God specific Primarch. So Angron, Magnus, Fulgrim, and Mortarion. I would like them all. But for now I do need Angron, because Angron's the only one I'm actually going to build around. I'm guessing for the same reason, it's just having all of them is nice, isn't it? But as I'm going for proxies for them all, I don't want the official models. It's going to be really difficult to find a nice Magnus, I think. I think Magnus is going to be the hardest one to find. I should be able to get a Mortarion relatively easy, but I don't think I'm going to find a Magnus that easy. Fulgrim might be just as difficult now I think about it, but he is relatively new. So, in fact, he is the newest new, isn't he? He is the one that they brought out most recently, and the one that they are plugging at the moment. Regarding Chaos, anyway. Right, so we've done washes. Plus Vashdor and Abaddon, so you're going for the full 6 set. See, I've never understood why Abaddon's the same size as Gulliman. One's a Primarch and one is still, regardless of how long he's been around, he is just a Marine. He is just a Marine, so I don't understand why he's the same size as Gulliman. But we shall find out. We shall find out. But then again, I was also like the loyalist Primarch, especially Vulcan. I like a Vulcan. And in his case, I would take the Forge World sculpt where his big hammer behind him, raising it up, and yeah, he's knocking people for 6, just because he can. He's 9'76" with a hammer that's bigger than most buildings. How can you not like that? So let's see how we're looking now. So he's definitely got the red tones going on, hasn't he? He's definitely got the red tones going on. I'm quite happy with this green. I'm just going to have to null wash that, I think. Same with this up here. I'm going to have to wash the blade. Oh, good. That's... Now you've just got to make sure you tidy it up before she gets home. That's the scary bit. Have you tidied up before she gets home? If not, then run. Run. See, I'm tempted to go for this Drushi Violet. Yes, he's a Chaos imbued Marine, but he's still a Marine. All the Primarchs are Chaos imbued. That's where Emperor got the ability to do it. So they're all Chaos infused. It's just, I don't make him... Yeah, okay, give him the powers, but he's still not going to be quite... He's not... I don't get it. He's just... Especially the amount of crap that he gets. He does take a lot of shit from every faction. Every faction. I think even the Tau wind him up. Oh, no, I do like that. I do like that. Right, okay. I like the purple wash. I'm not going for null and oil. We'll just chuck that in the washer now. If she don't just land it, she's got to get back through, checks and get bags and lots of other stuff to do. So yeah, just get washing in now. It'll be fine. It'll be done before she gets home. I hope. If it's not, you can always blame me. I'm on the other side of an ocean. It's not like she's going to jump on another plane to come and get me. And if she is, then that is one woman that you should definitely be scared of. If she's willing to just come and travel the ocean, just come and have a go at me because you've not done the washing. That is a woman I'm not dealing with. Oh, excellent. Excellent. See, the crew are the fun side of the Tau. It's like if Tau were orcs, you end up with Kroot. I like them. Although speaking of Tau, I'm still got to wait for Calm to turn up and with his broadside so I can go through his test colour scheme. Then once I've got his test colour scheme done, I can crack on with it. I think he's got about 4 or 5 unit of Fire Warriors, unit of Pathfinders. I don't know how many Crisis suits he has, but it's enough. It's enough that I can pop the bloody Stomper in one shooting phase, so yeah, I'm not going to argue with him on that and the amount he's got there. So let's see what we think of that. Purple and green. That's quite. I'm liking the colours that I've just chosen for his blades. But again, it's drying time. 90% of this bloody hobby is watching paint dry. It really is. Crew are halflings because they bring lunch to battle. No, the crew just turn up at battle. You bring the lunch. They just bring snacks. So what have we got left to do on him now as base coat wise? We have, I'll say we. You were all here. I say we because you're all helping me with moral support and a few creative choices. So we have leather straps still to do down his leg, as well as some fur. Looks to be fur wrappings around his legs there, and around this section. We have the loincloth here, which is also coming down the middle of his crotch there, and down into. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Yeah, that section there, which is also his crotch cloth. More straps. What looks to be a shoulder panel, so that could get some gold put on there. As what was once his power armor. And then the cloth over his shoulder and around the wrists as well. There's quite a bit left to do actually. It's more than I realised. but I've done quite a bit already tonight. So we've done the entire base colour as well as the highlighting stage, so we know what the next stage up is going to be. We've washed all the tusky ivory bits and the skulls and his axe and his sword, and we've done the butcher's nails. It's going to be all detail next time. All detailing. Oh dear. I'm going to need my glasses, not my glasses, my goggles for the next one. He is looking a bit sexy though, isn't he? He is looking a bit sexy. I can't deny that. And I'm liking that red fade down to the green that purple's bringing in, and then I don't know if you can see it properly there, but that purple and green that's coming through on the axe, I'm quite liking that as well. So I'm going to leave him to dry now, because he's just soaking wet with washes. He is literally just soaking wet with washes. So we shall see. He is looking a bit angry, isn't he? That's good. I like that angry. I like that angry one. He's looking angry. Let's see where we are. Uppy doo. Where is it? It's all disappeared. Aha. General chat. There it is. Work in progress, which we have there. Finished models, which Angie did not put her pictures into the finished art section. Angie, what are you doing? Angie, you didn't put it in. How am I supposed to show it all off and tell everyone how wonderful you are if you're not going to put it in there? I can't do it if you don't. I mean, I can tell people how wonderful all your artwork is, but if you don't let them see... In fact, yeah, that'll be a good idea. With all the links that Mick's put in the chat, there's lots of things to go look at while I'm waiting for this. So please feel free to, any of those catches your eye, whether it be going to see Angie's art or checking out Dan's reactions and podcasts or Twisted's wonderful base making and source lighting or Silver's scratch building. Any of those things, and Positive Mental Attitude. He also has his own podcast on there as well, on YouTube as well, and on Twitch. So please go check any of those out. I would appreciate it, but not as much as they would. And if you do like them, please hit the like, subscribe, all the nice bells and whistly things. Same as I'm about to ask if you've enjoyed this and you would like to come and see how he progresses. Hit that like, hit the subscribe and the notification bell just to make sure that you know next time I'm going live. Or join the Discord. I do have a channel in there that I do just post the links in so you know it's coming. But for tonight, it is now just gone midnight for me. I did start at 9:30. I don't push too much because health issues are health issues, and we don't want to be too daft with those. So I'll end it here. Thank you very much for everybody who's joined me tonight. Twisted and Silvers, you take care of yourselves, because I know you're a few hours behind. You've got a long way to go for today. Everybody else who's in there and who joins me and comes to watch after the fact, please drive safe and don't do anything stupid. I look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday morning.